sorry about that. My battery went dead. I just charged it. There we go. All right. Okay. So where was I? So anyways, I'm filming these people, and I'd pan through the rest of the TV, and every now and then I see somebody else, a couple people off to the right, because this is all on the left side of the screen, and they must have been only about that big because I had the full zoom on. I'm about 5 feet from the TV, and so nobody to call. I didn't have a phone, no car to go anywhere to tell anybody. My landlord and landlady lived on the property, and they lived down on the bottom of the hill. So at 4:30 in the morning when they get up, I ran down there and I knocked on the door and I said, "Denny, you got to see what I found." He goes, "What'd you find, Court?" I go, "Check it out." So I showed him, and he goes, "That's pretty weird." He goes, is it in the film? I go, "It's a brand new film." He goes, "Is it in the TV?" I go, "The TV's been unplugged, Denny. This is in my friggin' TV." Wow, that's pretty strange. Well, his wife came out, and she looked at it when I had panned away, and she didn't give me time to rewind it. And she goes, "Corky, you ain't been to sleep yet, have you?" I go, "No, ma'am." She goes, "Go to bed." I said, "Oh, okay." So I walked up the hill and sat on my chair and put my camera right here, and I fell asleep. Well, when I woke up, I went, "Was that a dream?" I looked over, and there was the camera right there. So I grabbed the camera, and I turned it on, and it went, and the film was erased. I went, "Oh man, God dang it." I was bummed. But I said, I got another camera. So I reached over and grabbed the other camera and had to get a little closer because it wasn't a stronger zoom. And I zoomed in again. When I got to that white cloud, all of a sudden it went, whew, that white cloud went into that camera, and to this day that white cloud is still in that camera. You can't see nothing out of it. And they lasted me about 9 or 10 hours at the most. I was bummed. No money to buy another camera, but I knew what I saw. I don't just see things, I just don't see things. And I knew that what I saw was real. I called my family and put it on Facebook. I have a lot of friends, a lot of old friends, and I love Facebook. But I can't get into Facebook anymore because I lost my password, and I changed my phone number, and that's terrible. Anyways, so my whole story is on Facebook. And all the pictures that I put on there have all been compromised. Something went in there and ruined all my pictures. I know who did it, but that's a little bit later in the story. So I'm bummed. But I knew I was going to get some money from the government. But 6 months to a year, I figured I was going to get money, and I'll get me another camera. But my brother said, "Leave it alone, Corky. Leave it alone." Poltergeist, poltergeist. I said, "Yeah, I'll leave it alone." But I kept a blanket over the TV, and every now and then I would take the blanket off and let them watch TV. They said, "You guys want to watch TV? You can watch TV with me." And one night, I heard that I've just fallen asleep, and I heard the TV go, "Shh, shh." What the heck? Shh. So by this time I had fixed it, and it was the TV was doing it. And when I started to get off the bed, my heater, it had been raining a lot, and the water, I had a leak, and the water soaked the floor pretty good, and the heater shorted out, and there was flames this high off the floor. They woke me up because I don't wake up, they burn, and I burn. So they woke me up. They saved my life. But anyways, every time you talk to somebody about this, because I've talked to hundreds of people, they tend to back off because little people, I don't call them little people, they're no-see-ums. The name I get, they're a bipedal humanoid life form. Although I haven't finished telling you what I was telling you. I already got ahead of myself. I'm so sorry. So this is what happened. I messed up, but that's okay. I'm not going to redo this because I just redid this. I've done this 100 times, and I got to get closure with this, man. The weight of it on my shoulders is crushing me. Yeah, I got to get closure. Anyways, so I got my camera. I went and bought a camera when I got my money, and when I got home, I kept it behind my back like this, And I took the blanket off and went, yee, and it went in, and there they were again. But this time they were ready for me. They going off the side like that, off the back side. Well, the last one was going off the left side of they were underneath the old style TVs. Underneath the frame, and I zoomed in, I seen him, and then I get to the black part of the frame, and I zoomed in a little closer, and I'll be damned. There were kings and queens and knights and cowboys and Indians, and they looked like they were they were so intricate and realistic that they looked like it was them. I thought it was them. They just weren't moving like they did the last part of most of the time I was filming them. They just didn't move, and for 5 days, all the way everywhere on the TV, front and back on the plastic, there were images. These images. I said to myself, well, they ended up being carvings. I finally figured out that it wasn't them, that it was carvings. Little, you couldn't see with the naked eye, but you could see it with the camera. The camera picked it up, and they were carvings. I said, man, one of those spirits has to be one hell of an artist. He's just out here carving on. I brought in every TV. I had a bunch of junk in the back, TVs, TV parts, and I brought every piece in, and I filmed it, and there was something on every piece of those damn TVs, carvings. And I'm talking wonderful, beautiful carvings. But every time I tried to show somebody, they just wouldn't look. I said, man, I found, they just my family up there. Nobody would look. One day I'm over their house, because they get pissed off because I go over their house instead of filming. Instead of talking to them, I'd go start filming on their TVs. So they got pretty upset with me, and they wouldn't look. Except one friend, he happened to be there, and I said, Danny, come here, check this out. He looked and he goes, what the heck? Where'd you get that? What is that? I go, can you see something? He goes, kings and queens. And I said, far out, Danny. Far out, Danny. That's fucking cool, because I wasn't quite sure, but Denny had seen it. My landlord Denny, he had seen a little bit of it, but he's blind as it is. But I was elated that he saw it, and finally one day I'm sitting there after filming on these TVs for a month, 2 months. I finally got off the TVs, and I was zooming around the house, and I get over to my front door, and I zoomed in. I'll be god darn it. The whole door from the top to the bottom they weren't carvings, they were more like etchings of people doing things, cowboys, just unbelievable. Unbelievable. You couldn't see it with a naked eye. As soon as you put the camera to it, it cleared it up. And you could see all these, the whole door was full of images of people, there's all kinds of things. And front and back. Well, at that time I was building barnwood furniture, and I had barnwood everywhere. I had tons and tons of barnwood. And I started bringing pieces of wood in. I brought in every piece of wood in and filmed it. And so at first I was making video, but making videos so hard on your back, hard on your, the camera shakes, and so I just started taking pictures. I have a Panasonic, this one right here. You can go point and shoot, click, click. It goes this fast. Click, 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 click. I would every inch I would take a picture of all this wood. I'm talking. I had at one time over probably 1 million pictures. I lost a lot of the pictures were compromised, meaning that they were ruined, and I lost. I think somebody stole a bunch of my cards, my SD cards, but that's okay. I got so many pictures, and that's what I'm gonna do when I get off of this introduction. I put in collages of pictures and video, and I have been to 3 different institutes of higher learning. One was Fresno State University, another one was our little Madera Community College, and Fresno Community College. And all 3 of them were story. But I'll tell you the one about Fresno State real quick. I'm trying to make this introduction short, but it ain't gonna be. The story I'm gonna have to do in 2 parts, I think, because I have so much to show you. I have proof beyond a reasonable doubt. My mother said this. And oh, that's right. I'm dedicating this story and everything that I've done the past 4 years to my mother. My mom she's 85, 84, 85, and she's on her way out. And I'm staying in my brother's property right here where she's at. So I've been able to spend some time with her, you know, and I don't even want to think about it. I just try to keep my thoughts positive, and she'll live a while longer. But they say that's not good. So I dedicate all of this to her, you know, and she's the love of my life. I always told her that I was going to die before her, and I almost died twice, like I said, past 3 months. The first time I ran myself over with my truck, and I got pinned against the wall, and it was, my brother asked me to move it, so I had to start it with a screwdriver. I lifted the hood up, and when I started it, it took off, and it went for his building, where all his tools and stuff are. And I tried to get around the front of it, and I tripped over a block and fell, and I tried to lift myself up, but a bumper caught me right in my stomach and pinned me up against the wall and was trying to go, and it knocked the building about 3 feet off the foundation. And how I lived, you got me, man. I lived. He finally comes around the corner, and he was on the tractor. He needed me to move the truck so he could get the tractor through. And I go, Jimmy. Well, when it first hit me, I go, so this is how Corky Mena dies, out loud. So this is how Corky Mena dies. Because I knew I was dead. It went in my stomach. I could feel I had a lot of hernias. I could feel it, like, I thought I was getting cut in half. But I kept everything, I was trying to push it back, and it's going, trying to go farther. But everything had backed up in the building, and so it couldn't really go much farther, but it was trying. Well, my brother comes around the corner and says, oh my God. He gets in the truck and he backs it off me. And I leaned forward and I went, oh my God, Jimmy. Oh my God, look at your leg. I go, are you okay? No, Jimmy, let me catch my breath. I looked at my leg, and it looked like my foot had broken, but the shoe came off, my tennis shoe came off and turned it, and it looked like it was broken, and my leg was scraped up real bad. I'm a diabetic, and every time I get a little cut or nick, it takes forever to heal. And one time I got it, they said I was going to lose my leg because I got an infection that wouldn't heal, and they said, you're going to lose that leg, you got to come back in a couple weeks and we're going to see what's going on. But I asked somebody to fix it for me, and they did. And that's the God's truth. Well, this time, this whole leg was scraped up bad, from the ankle all the way up to my knee. I put the camera down there, but you don't need to see it. It's all healed up. Kind of different color, but it's all healed up. Anyways, so where was I? Okay, so now I got the barnwood. And I'm filming on this. Every piece of barnwood had carvings on it. I call them carvings from heaven. Itty bitty little carvings. And everybody, out of the 100 people that I've showed, I haven't showed too many people, because you can't show people this. They think it's one flew over the cuckoo's nest. All my family think that. My brother here in Madeira, he never sees anything. But all my nieces and nephews, they see it. But he tells them, do not add fuel to the fire. When he asks you to look, don't look. Or just say, no, I don't see anything. Because Corky's getting deep into this. He's too deep into this, and I think he's losing it. But I'm not. I'm as sane as the next person. Well, maybe the person after that. But they're real. So anyways, so after I filmed all the wood, I remember the fence I built. I built a big, huge fence around their house out of the barnwood, the planks. So I take my camera down there, and I start filming this wood. Click, 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 click. And I thought the wood up there was good. This wood was unbelievable. The etching, they're more like etching. There was some carvings. What they do is in between the grain of the wood where it's soft, they carve these, it was like hieroglyphics. People in all different shapes. Everybody says, oh, that's weather worn. It's not weather worn. Because everybody sees it, but it's weather worn. But it's not weather worn. It's carvings. I'll show you. It's carvings in the grain of the wood. A lot of nail holes and wormholes in the wood down there. what I would do is I would take pictures, and then I would go up and I would kick back and I would look at all the pictures I took, because I would take 3,000 or 4,000 pictures a day, you know, and I would check the pictures out. Well, the first time I noticed inside the mail holes and the wormholes, I noticed little shadowy figures, and I could see two little lit up eyes. I go, what the heck is that? Is that some kind of bug? I asked Dan, you see that? He goes, yeah, it's got to be a bug. Well, a couple days later, I see a little head poking out like this, and it's looking at me. I cried because it was a little person. It looked like us. It was a little person, man. It was a little person, man. But we all know they're not real. Our greatest scientists have not found them. I don't think. The government may know about it. I don't know. But they're the masters of camouflage, the masters of hiding. You can't see them. They're like chameleons. Whatever wood they're on or surface they're on, they match that surface. So you really can't see them unless you put a camera, and then you can see them. The camera picks them up, and so the next day there's 6 or 7 of them stacked up on top of each other, looking out with their heads stuck out. The next day they're all standing outside on the wood, on the ledges of their little homes. They make the holes of their homes, and they really, after they realized I wasn't going to hurt them, they weren't afraid. And I had hundreds, and I got a lot of some pictures that are going to blow you away. Wait till you see them. There are 2 miracles. One is them. The other is the artwork. The artwork is friggin', they're the greatest artists ever walked the earth. Wait till you see it, the artwork. It's bad, man. It's bad. You'll see it. But I gotta get closer, and I gotta do this YouTube thing, and so that maybe someone with a science background will listen to my words and say, that's pretty interesting. Because if someone gets a hold of me, I will make them co-discoverers, and hopefully they can verify that it's real, and we can get Discovery Channel or National Geographic to make an offer for the rights to the story. I like to buy a new truck. You know, I don't need much, but that's neither here nor there. But I do need someone to help me with this, because my mother said this: whatever you do, if you take it to anybody of importance, you have to have proof beyond a reasonable doubt. I said, I know, Mom, I know. 4 days later, I found that proof. We had these 2 big, giant dog houses, big, they were like Great Danes, and on the top of it, we had the felt roofs, the tar paper roofing paper, and I'm trying to move the doghouse away from the fence so I can fill in the fence. And as I'm moving the doghouse like this, I got a funny odor. It wasn't death or anything, but I got a funny odor. Well, I took my camera and I went, what is that? Zooming to the top of that damn thing, and there was 100,000 dead little bodies on it, in piles. I mean, you couldn't see with the camera. You could see with the camera, but you couldn't see with just by looking at it. And it hadn't rained in so long. I guess what they figured was that when it rained, it would wash them off. But it hadn't rained in a year, so there were just bodies, little bodies everywhere. So I scraped a whole bunch of them up, put them in a plastic bag, and put them in my freezer, and knew that I was going to take this to someone pretty soon. And that was my smoking gun. That was my proof that I needed. And one day, I called Professor Pryor at Fresno State, head of anthropology, and I couldn't get a hold of him. He would not answer my phone calls. I didn't say anything about little people. I just said, I need your help with something. I need you to look at something. If you give me a call back and I could come in and see you, that'd be great. He never called me back. Well, I said, screw this. I told my friends, I go, I'm gonna take my bike, and I'm gonna go catch the bus. And I'm gonna go to Fresno, and go to the college itself and talk to him personally. So one morning I got up, got my backpack, my computer, my tablet, my phone, and the bodies, and put them in my pocket right here, and I headed to Fresno. First I had to ride my bike to downtown to catch the bus. The bus went to Children's Hospital in between Fresno and Madera, and I got off there and waited for another bus. While I was waiting, I was sitting on the bench, and I'm looking at the sidewalk, and I'll be damned, I could see carvings on the sidewalk, and it hit me. When I was 9 years old, 8 or 9 years old, I'm sitting waiting for my friends and with my feet in the gutter, and I'm looking at these little carvings on the sidewalk with lettering, all kinds of lettering. Well, I thought, really fancy lettering. I thought that somebody sat there and did it with scraping it with a razor blade or something. That's what I thought out of it. I never thought about it again. I got it, my friends came out, and we left, and I never thought about it again. I'll be damned. There were carvings. Every bit of that sidewalk had carvings. I even asked somebody, do you see these carvings? Look, take a look, good look. Good. He goes, yeah, I see it. Yeah, I do. Well, okay, thank you. Well, that was something that almost every day that I've been doing this for 4 years, I find something. I just found something so fantastic, so unbelievable. Just a week and a half ago. I won't even tell you about that yet, but I know, because it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's just. So anyways, let me get back to the middle of this thing. If I start slouching over, that means it's 3 in the morning. So I stay up every night putting pictures together, trying to put pictures together. I don't know how to work the computer. I just barely know how to slide them now. And everything's so unorganized. I've tried to categorize my pictures. Forget it. It just takes too much time. But if I go try, somebody goes, well, "Where's that picture?" I go, "You got me." It's like right now. I'll take pictures with my camera, and I'll leave on the card. My cards will hold 10,000 pictures. 8 to 16 gigabyte cards. That holds a lot of pictures. Well, next thing I know, the pictures are so far back. There's 5,000 pictures in front of it, and I never get to those pictures in the back again, and I forget about them. But lately, since I want to try to get this done, I've been going back, and oh my God, the pictures I got are pretty friggin' unbelievable. It's just like what I found. It's gonna blow your mind. It blew my mind. So anyways, I'm heading to Fresno State, and I had to catch another bus to Fresno, and then another bus I transferred to Fresno State. I had my bike. I get off the bus and forgot my bike. There goes my bike on the bus. I said, "Oh shit! I got bigger fish to fry." So I headed for the campus to ask somebody if they knew where the science department was. And first guy, he goes, I see him and he goes, "Excuse me, do you know where the science department is?" He goes, "If you had just stayed on that bus you got off of, the bus would have taken you right to it. On the other side over there." I said, "Far out. Where's the science department?" He goes, "See that brick building? It must have been half a mile away." I said, "Yeah." Because that's the science department. I said, "God dang." It was about 104 degrees, just around lunchtime, and I started walking. Stopped and got me a drink and a sandwich. I get to the science where the office is, and I asked the lady, I go, "Ma'am, I'd like to speak to Professor Pryor. Hopefully he might be able to help me and let me know something that I don't know about what I found." He goes, "Well, let me call his office." So she calls his office, and he goes, "Go right up. It's the second floor, across the street, in that building over there." I said, "Okay, thank you." So I go up there, and his door is open, and this man is going back and forth, almost like jogging, and going, talking to himself. "I got to get these papers out. If I don't get these papers out, I'm gonna lose my job. I got to get these papers out." I go, "Excuse me, sir." He goes, "Yeah." I go, My name is Corky Mena. I've been trying to get over. "I know who you are. You called me at least 50 times. You know, I'm busy. I don't have time. And he kicked the door shut. Right in my face. I went. So I opened the door a little bit like this. I go, sir, can I leave you something? You know, I don't have time. And he kicked the door shut again. I said, oh, damn. I got a tear in my eye. I had a tear in my eye. I came a long ways to talk to this man, and he would, no way. So I go back to the office. I go, ma'am, you wouldn't see me. She goes, you know, try biology. Yeah, I go, they're pretty small little things. So I went to biology. Right at lunchtime, there was three professors with their, I could see they had their lunches in their hands, standing outside the door. And they were talking, so I waited for them to finish. And when they started going in the office, I walked up and I said, excuse me, sir, do you think I can have about 5 or 10 minutes of your time? I'd like to leave. So it's finals. You have to come when semester break is over, and maybe we can help you then. I said, I just kind of leave. We don't have time. And they walked in and shut the door. I went, God damn, I'll be damned. So and they always, you always hear, if you need help with something, go to your local university and they will try to figure something out. That's what I was always told. And so I go back. Now I did have tears in my eye. You know, and the lady goes, she knew she could see that I was pretty frustrated and pretty dejected. And I said, ma'am, they wouldn't even talk to me. She goes, well, you know, the dean here is really nice. If you go to that across the hallway, there's an elevator. Go to the 3rd floor. It's the only office up there, only occupied office up there. And go knock on the door, and I think they'll talk to you. So I said, okay. So I went in, got in the elevator, and right behind me, a lady got in. And I go, 3rd floor. She goes, me too. She goes, who are you going to go see? I go, the dean. She goes, you are? I go, yes, ma'am. She goes, may I ask what about? I go, well, I made a discovery. So important, so unbelievable, and I need help with it. I need for somebody with the science background to look at it and maybe let me know what it is. She goes, and I told her, I said, my mother told me this, that if you go to see anybody of importance, you have to have proof beyond a reasonable doubt. Well, ma'am, I found that proof. She goes, you did? I go, yes, ma'am. She goes, what'd you find? I go, well, don't laugh. This is serious stuff. This is important. I discovered a bipedal humanoid life form. She goes, you did? I go, yes, ma'am. Very, very, very small. Probably about a 1/16 of an inch tall. She goes, you did? I go, yes, ma'am. She goes, and I go, that proof I found where they put their dead. She goes, you did? I go, yes, ma'am. She goes, do you have them with you? I go, yes, ma'am. They're right here in my pocket, right here. She goes, they are? I go, yes, ma'am. She goes, well, the elevator door opens and we get out, and she goes, wait right here, I'll be right back. I'll get you some help. So I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. It was 5 minutes. It seemed like a longer time. The elevator doors open. Here comes 3 police officers. I went, oh my God. She called the cops on me. Why would she do that? I haven't even got to talk to anybody. So the cops, they're really nice guys. They're really nice. You go to school here? I go, no, sir. They go, well, you're kind of being a nuisance and we have to escort you off the campus. I go, you know, sir, I just came here for some help. I made a discovery, and they wouldn't even talk to me. I haven't been a nuisance to anybody. I have something real important. What is it? I go, I made a discovery. I found a bipedal humanoid life form. Tried to explain it to them, but I guess she got upset with that and called you guys. But I have proof beyond a reasonable doubt. I pulled out the bag and said, dead little bodies. Took my camera out and zoomed into it. Said, look. They go, oh my God, they're dead little bodies. I know. And look at the sidewalks right there. Right, you can see the carvings on the side. They look. They go, oh my God, that's them. They do that. They carve on everything. They go, they do. I go, yes, sir. Well, we got to escort you off the campus. So I had a bulldog hat, and we get in. They're going to take me back to the same bus stop. And I told them, man, I lost my bike. I left it on the bus. They go, oh, at least you're going to get a bus right back. So they dropped me off at the bus stop, and I said, sir, can you take this bulldog? It was a bulldog, you know, Fresno bulldog. Can you take this and give it to somebody? Brand new. I just barely bought it. Why'd you give it? No, I want nothing to do with the Fresno state. They just broke my heart. And they dropped me off, and as I'm walking away, one of the officers says, "Mr. Mena." I go, "Yes, sir." He goes, "You're going to be a famous man, aren't you?" I go, "I don't know about that, but I got to get closure somehow." He goes, "Well, good luck." I said, "Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot for being real nice to me." So they left. I went and sat in that bench, and man, I had a good cry. I had a good cry, man. I'm not crying anymore today. No way. I've shed so many tears of elation, so many tears of frustration, so many tears. And I'm not going to try to cry through this. I'm going to try not to. Probably will once or twice, but that's neither here nor there. So I head back to Madeira, and I said to myself, "Do not stop, Courtney. Do not stop. Just keep going with this." What happened about 3 months before, when I was taking pictures, something came out of the wood and flew around my head. A bunch of little things. I thought it was gnats or something. They flew around my head twice. They went back in the wood and disappeared. What the heck was that? Well, somehow I got pictures. I guess when I was going click, 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 I got pictures of them. And when I finally looked at the pictures, I went, "Oh my God, flying saucers." They were little itty bitty colored, different colored flying saucers. I even called you fun about these flying saucers.